Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of um, Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. And in the last episode, we came to all the possible conclusions of people that were innocent, and we found obviously the guilty party. And unfortunately, because my reactions were not quick enough with the control, um, that culprit got away. But I'm guessing from the outcome of what the story says that he must have got arrested at a later point, or she, if you haven't already seen that. Um, I can assure you that I'm completely annoyed at the outcome of that. And um, here we are at the point where we're now doing the Riddle of the Rails, which is the second case.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. Certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Well, so, okay. Shows us what the outcome of the Chronicle of Black Peter then. Okay, so what do we do next? Right.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Right, so, just, Sam and Toby, there's something that we have to do in every episode. Now, I don't actually know if this, the useful trophy or not, so I'm going to look into it. Okay, I'm guessing we don't need to do that anymore then. Okay, so I think now we just talk to Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Okay, so,
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
okay, so.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight, it's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Right, okay. Well, I'm assuming we are going. Oh, okay.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual.
Okay, so I'm assuming we can now.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Okay. I think that's it. Right, so there's something missed here.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Okay.
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Right, so I'm going to see a lot more cutscenes in this than we did the previous one. So anyway, let's do our analysis of this guy. I'm guessing there's nothing here really to capture here. I think this is indicates that he's a married man.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Right, okay, so go through to here. We've got the new character portrait now. Right, so we've got to go and find a map, I believe. So
This map will be useful.
right, so one of the things I'm a bit concerned about is the fact that I'm missing an actual character here. Now, it is possible. It could be that I've actually just missed that it's actually to do with this actual case. So okay, that is nothing to do with right, okay, so right, okay, I can't be looking for. Well, so let's just get back to. Oh, hang on. He said his office, didn't he? Um, Okay, so actually looking at the guides, that actually shows that I Right, so I actually went the wrong way, so we're going apparently according to the warehouse. So we need to...
This part is probably from a locomotive. An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Right, so... I've just skipped ahead. We can actually go back to where we're going.
A telegraph.
Right, okay, so...
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Okay, so that gets us, what's it, to who this other person is. So, okay, what's this?
Here is the train set.
So, Nottingham to London. Composition, locomotive, coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson's second class car. Okay, so that gives us another clue there. I think that's it for here then. Right, so I think we just... Yeah, that's it, I thought that, so we need to speak to him again.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Right, so, That means I think we're now off to Bedlington. Right. Right, so
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
I have to say, irrespective of what I think of this, the character features on here are amazing. I mean, certainly the detail. So let me guess, wedding ring again.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid, and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Right, so this is where we can talk to...
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Bloody Aussies. Please don't take that literally. In fact, ironically, my Australian cousin that's actually played this game says they don't really sound anything really like an Australian. Alright, I'm guessing there's nothing there to...
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, All right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
And I wonder how they got
This
that
revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Right, so get another character portrait now. So straight off the bat, it's obvious even without needing to do that, he was of a young age. But, you know, he wants to impress, so...
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Right, so I would say that it's because he's a rookie station master, because obviously he keeps reversing, where he keeps mentioning about the...
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Okay, so...
A telegraph.
Okay, so it's saying to do R1. Alright, let me just check and see if there's anything I've actually missed. Ah, okay.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Okay, so I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave it for this episode now. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button, and the notification bell for when I've uploaded a new video. And drop us a comment to say if you actually do or do not like Sherlock Holmes. I mean, I have to say that although I'm not a big fan of Sherlock Holmes, I do actually like the movies that Robert Downey Jr. Did. And ironically, I was discussing with my sister, I think that they're about to at some point start filming the third movie for that soon. That's something I will look forward to. Anyway, it's weird because you look at him and he looks like an old man the way he's standing there. Anyway, have a very good day.